Hi, I'm James McGuire, and on today's Tech Voices, we're talking about how artificial intelligence is revolutionizing content creation, from video to graphics to the overall creative workflow. It's all happening really fast. To talk about that, I'm joined by someone who's a real leader in the field, Omar Pera, Chief Product Officer of Freepik. Omar, hello to you, and it's good to be talking with you today.
Thank you for having me. Looking forward to talk about AI and the future of creativity.
Great. So obviously, Freepik is a very well-known platform for creating visual content, a leading platform, and AI is a big part of that. So I'm wondering, from where you sit, what's an aspect of the business that you focus on strategically? Like what keeps you up at night, or what ignites your passion about Freepik?
My future, my job is literally to live in the future and think how it's going to be
Hmm.
the future of creativity
Hmm.
and bring that back to a product where creative professionals can actually, using AI, create the best work possible.
Hmm.
So that means that we really are trying to empower creative professionals with the tools required to actually do some of the best quality work that they need to do.
Hmm.
And the output could be a video for TV, it could be for social media, it could be for the print, it
Hmm.
could be for websites. But that's what we are doing at Freepik. And my job in particular is trying to think about how AI is actually shifting
Hmm.
every creative work and trying to give them the tools so that we empower them to actually amplify their creativity.
Hmm. Well, I'm curious about what draws users to Freepik. Is your core advantage the content library, the AI tooling, or some integration of the two? I mean, what attracts creators to the platform?
So zooming out a little bit, like Freepik has a history of 15 years
Right.
as a stock platform.
Yep.
It started as a image banking. So you have like thousands and now millions of images, then vectors, then videos, and then we expand into icons and more and 3D models. And when we saw literally the first DALI 2 image model, that was the transformation.
Yeah, it was a big moment.
We were already like one of the leading stock websites in the planet with more than 100 million users. And when we saw DALI 2, we literally just knew that this transformation was required
Hmm.
for us to actually be driving into this new era where actually content gets generated. You can pre-made it, and that's still very useful. But a lot of the content, either image, video, or and soon 3D models and audio, will actually be a combination of pre-made for references with generated content. We just knew that this was going to happen.
Hmm.
Um, Not so fast, all to be said. And that's what drew the transformation of Freepik from we are a stock company to we are a creative platform and we are one of the leading gen media platforms for creative professionals to do their best work.
Hmm. So did the AI tools in particular draw a lot of people, or is it more like the images, or which was bigger in your view?
So we started with image.
Yeah.
We started integrating some of the image models, and we started also with our own editing capabilities with our image upscaler.
Hmm.
So it increases the resolution of images. So we started doing our own technology for upscaling images and then generating images using foundational models.
Hmm.
We saw so much traction. We started to see the future where you could actually just anything that you can imagine, you could actually be generating an image. And we started to prepare what will happen when that actually goes to video, audio, and now
Hmm.
3D.
Hmm.
So that's the journey that from a image generator, we started with a very fairly basic image generator. We have transformed the company to a suite for professionals where
Hmm.
you do not only have image generation. You have a whole suite where you actually have editing capabilities, you have generating videos, editing capabilities for those videos,
Hmm.
generating audios, editing capabilities for those audios, and all that to actually give professionals the control of the best of Gen AI, the best of stock, the best of editing
Hmm.
the content that they are visualizing in their minds and just ship it. So we actually try to combine the best of stock with the best of Gen Media into a unique AI suite for professionals.
Hmm. You mentioned 3D modeling. Is that available? It's on the way. What's the status of that? That sounds pretty interesting.
So we are actually actively actually working on giving as much control to professionals as we as they require to actually have the human intention
Hmm.
that the true creative will want, right? There may be a lot of one-click solutions, but where we actually stand is that we want to give the control to that professional to do things. And that is where 3D may become actually fairly interesting, where you could actually be composing scenes with objects that actually in the right position. So, but we are simplifying the process so much where we bring the best world of the consumer and the professional, where we just make very hard technology accessible for the creative professional that they may not be a 3D professional,
Hmm.
but they actually can use it to compose the exact keyframes for a video, or they can compose the right photo shoot for the next advertising campaign of a shoes company.
Hmm.
So we do have stock 3D modeling, and now we are actually doing some 3D tooling in order to give controls to professionals.
Well, I think it's interesting. I mean, Freepik does face some competition. I mean, in terms of growing long term, what's your view? I mean, you're competing with a number of full-featured AI-based players, no doubt. I mean, where do you believe Freepik has a structural advantage?
So that's a good question. So at Freepik, the competition around Gen Media it's absolutely massive. We
Sure.
do have a couple of values that we really believe in, and one of them is that we really want to give professionals control. And with that, generally, that drives product, that drives messaging, okay? That drives like a different kind of creative who will come to the platform, but we make it very accessible, okay? So it's like we are doing professional tooling for professional teams. So the focus on teams is very important for us.
Hmm.
And we do actually, we provide that at a scale because we are a large company
Hmm.
uh, that acts like a startup. So we move fast with the latest generation models. But at the same time, structurally, we are a company that can actually support the demands of enterprise. So
Hmm.
that means that we have our own Freepik studios. We do have like our own little agency and consultants. Like it's like a creative forward consultant who helps very large companies to transition from the way that they were doing things to an AI assisted process where
Hmm.
they can actually do more creativity and highest quality creativity, or do things that they could not even do before.
Hmm.
So structurally, we believe that we have the right structure to support the enterprise demands with a professional product like Freepik. And also we have the unique advantage that we still have like a stock catalog whenever AI doesn't get there. So we believe that with those mechanics where we move fast as a startup, we structurally have the right team that can be deployed to help enterprises. And we actually have in the DNA of the company, we are a consumer company that the DNA. So that means that we do very well self-serve for people. So that means that we make sure that we do accessible products for professional people.
Hmm.
And all that combined, I believe that we have a unique value prop.
Interesting. So the agency piece is really interesting. So it's like a company could come to you and they don't have their own artists or freelancers, but you can handle it. Your agency can handle their creative needs.
So what we do with Freepik Studios is that we provide consultancy to enterprise companies to train them on AI. So we try to help them in their most complex projects. And that's something that we've seen very successful, where the training at the beginning, a very good onboarding and a very good training. And if they actually get stuck or something that they want to do, we literally help them with the right templates, the right applications. We set them up for success. And then they jump in and do self-serve the product. But they should just know that we are going to be there for the transition of we have agencies who have 400 creatives in the platform, and we have agencies and studios and actually large brands
Hmm.
and production houses that uses our product for 300, 400, 500 people at the
Hmm.
same time.
Hmm.
The level of expertise on each of them is not the same. So that's why we build Freepik Studios. We build Freepik Academy to help them with onboarding and tutorials. Freepik Studios to help them with creative forward deployed creatives. And that's like support that we give to the company to succeed on the transition to Gen Media versus the way that they were doing it before.
Yeah, I think the training piece makes a big difference because, I play with the tools. I use all the tools all the time, but I don't necessarily know, how to do this or how to do that. So I'm thinking that would be an attractive thing, actually having the training. I think another interesting piece of the Freepik story is what's the relationship between users and AI? I mean, for example, what's the biggest misconception users have about AI and creative workflows as you see it?
I believe many creatives believe that AI is magic.
I've seen that
Uh,
myself. Just sprinkle some AI and it makes
yeah,
everything
and,
okay.
and
Yeah.
sometimes I believe that it may be seen as magic, but I prefer actually that at least on Freepik, we really try hard so that AI is seen as a one. We want to enable magicians.
Hmm.
We don't want that we don't want to do magic for you. We want to give you a one where you have the control of the magic that you can do. It's a subtle difference. And I think that's the typical misconception that we believe that AI will do everything. And if they see like a small piece of error in the video, um, it's like AI doesn't work. I
Mm.
think that's the issue because
Hmm.
today in Freepik, you could actually have a collaborative canvas where you can have a video here, a character here, and a stock footage here. And then you can actually say, make this person in this video with this video reference, and a thunder just comes in the forest.
Right.
That happens, okay? And then you see the video and you say, well, there is some issues here and there. Yes, of course. And that may actually be now where you actually need to get to the last mile. And that's why we have editing capabilities, and that's why we have the best state of the market, magnific upscaler for video and image. That's where the last mile editing is important. So I think that's the biggest misconception that we believe that AI will actually just do even the last mile. No, no. AI is a tool. It's helping you to actually be more proactive in some of the mundane tasks, such as removing the background or something, or generating an image. But then, in order to get to the level of quality that you want, you may actually need to actually do to the existing tools in order to fix those little details until you actually can achieve all that in one shot.
So really, it still takes work and it still takes numerous versions, perhaps. Maybe the product is
It does.
still greater, but it
It
still
does, and
takes
that's fine.
versions.
Exactly, it does. We should just accept that that's the current reality and embrace it rather than believe that AI is not working. Like, let's use it to the limits that we have today,
Mhm.
and just rest assured that Freepik is just gonna make sure that everything that is in the market today, we are always gonna have the best generation technology. We
Mhm.
are always gonna have the best editing technology, and that means that you will keep up with us. Like if you're an enterprise customer of Freepik, like you will just keep up with the technology because we have transitioned already more than 100 million users from stock to AI. So I think that's important.
Hmm. Well, I'd love to get your sense of where we're going in the future. If you look into your crystal ball, I mean, what will FreePick look like in 2 years if AI continues at its current pace, which is obviously extremely rapid? What do you see looking ahead?
Yeah. So I am not a big fan of predictions because
They're
I know
dangerous because you never
I know
know.
100% that I'm going to be wrong.
Right?
I could guesstimate for sure. Um, there is one thing for sure. I believe that the humans move slower than generally we believe.
Right.
Like, but AI moves faster generally than we believe. Okay,
True. Right.
so I think the pace of AI will move um, maybe even faster than we imagine. So if you see the last couple of years, not Freepik, just look at the last couple of years of Gen Media,
Sure.
is the craziest thing that we have ever seen
It's
in
true.
the
I've never
world.
seen anything like it in all my years of covering technology. It's
So
completely different.
it's impossible. So 2 years ago, we were doing avocados in the sofa and they were terrible. Now we are doing pixel perfect 4K. If you take the last
Right.
year, we were doing like Will Smith eating spaghetti is terrible. And
Right.
now we are close to have full on video, audio, image references to create a video that goes after, let's say, 720p resolution. And
Yep.
then with upscaler, you can increase it to 4K, and you have a video that you can actually put in a TV ad
Hmm. It's
or in the
amazing.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I believe that the future of AI is going to be the next couple of years may actually be even more transformative than the last
Mm.
two.
Wow.
So what means for Freepik is that we are not a company that is just serving the latest generation technology. We are actually helping people do workflows, the creative workflows that they require in order to do the best work. So
Hmm.
that means that you will come with us and you can just do from storyboarding, from ideation to then generation to then edition. So we believe we are going to go in that direction where no matter the technology, we're going to be happy. And we believe that the future of video is going to be clearly personalized, where you will be able to do anything that you can imagine with close to Hollywood quality in the
Mm.
next couple of years.
Hmm.
And then the limits is going to be on the imagination of the user. And that's why we come back to control. We need to remember that human intention needs to be at the core piece. And that's what really makes us unique, I believe. Like we really believe on the human intention, the control of the creative to actually do what they do best,
Hmm.
which is ideate and do human intention. And that doesn't mean that you need to learn trillion software tools in order to make that. So we want to make that accessible, but provide the right control to the professional.
Interesting. Yeah, certainly human creativity is continues to be a major force. Omar, it's a lot of good stuff. Anything you'd like to add about Freepik and AI and where we're going, the nature of things these days?
Uh, I believe we have an exciting roadmap coming up. So we just launched Academy last week. We launched Spaces, which is our collaborative tool for creative workflows in the last couple of months, who is
Tell me
getting out of
what Academy is, just so I don't. I think you talked about it a little bit. What is Academy?
yeah, Academy serves as or literally our onboarding tutorials for enterprise customers to actually learn.
Hmm.
And then Spaces is the product that we is serving this professional need where many people are collaborating in the same place, doing workflows so that it's reproducible workflows, so that any brand that is doing advertising can always stay on brand.
Hmm.
And then later, the next person who comes in can always stay on brand. And it serves both as a workflow that you generally repeat yourself. At the same time, it serves as an onboarding for the next generation of creatives in the company. So that's the two biggest product releases that we've done in the past few months.
Great. Omar, a lot of good stuff. Thank you so much. I learned a ton, and I hope we talk again sometime. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, James. Very nice to see you.